Hello friends, in last video we have discussed how to do the application load balancer in AWS. Now in this video we will discuss how to create the network load balancer to monitor the traffic or manage the traffic whatever coming from different sources to your servers. Okay, so how to do this network load balancer also we need two different instances running with two different applications. Okay, so let's move into the AWS console and create two instances and see how to create this network load balancer. Log in your AWS console. In the services you will find your EC2. Previously I have visited the service, that's why it is showing here. So you go to the EC2 services and click on instance. Inside you can see now there is no instances running, so I have to create two instance. Here we will create the Linux instance, and for the load balancer always one key point is there. You have to create the instances in different availability zones in the same VPC. Okay, so click on launch instance. Here you can see in AMI. Here you see Red Hat Linux is available, so we have to select this Red Hat Linux because we are going to do the application. Here we'll configure the Apache into Linux servers and select the general purpose, that is free tier. Okay, click on next, configure instance details, and here you can see that in the network the default VPC is there. We'll select the default VPC, and in the subnet you have to select the different subnet for each instance. In the first instance I am creating in the subnet zone east 1A. Okay, public IP is enabled and everything you can keep as it is. If you want to give the elastic IP, then you can assign it, but now I am not doing it. If any IAM role is there, then you have to assign here only. Okay, then next click on add storage. In the add storage by default we are getting 10 GB, so it will be sufficient for this demonstration. Then click on next. In the add text you can add the server name and all. Now I am not adding anything. Next go to the security group. In the security group you have to create a new security group. If you have the security group, then you can select from that also. You can see the in the default security group I have created in the last video, that is the ELB, so I'll use that security group here also. Select the ELB security group and you can see both the HTTP and HTTP ports are available and it is allowed, so I have to review and click on launch. Okay, everything SSH and HTTP is allowed. Click on launch. In the launch there it is asking for the key pair. I have already downloaded the key pair, so I have the existing key pair with me, that is ELB, so I acknowledge that. I will use that while connecting our instance. So click on launch instance. You see my instance is creating. The running instance you will find in the initializing mode. You see it is in the initializing mode. Unless until the status check is 2 by 2, we can't use the server or the instance in our use. So in between that time we will create another instance, then click on launch. Again also we'll select the Red Hat Linux, or you can select any other instance also, Windows or Amazon AMI, whatever you like as per your corporate environment. Then click on configure instance details. Here also you see in the subnet in the previous instance we have selected 1A and now we will select it as 1B. Okay, then click on next to add storage. By default 10 GB is there, it is sufficient. So click on next to add tags. Now I am not adding any tags here. If you want I can add. Okay. Okay. Now click here to configure security group. In the security group you have to select your security group that is existing one ELB which is already created. Then review and launch. I am also having the existing key pair, so I am selecting that. Then click on launch. Now go to the services EC2. You can see whether your instances are created or not. You see my two servers are running. One is in 2 by 2 check and another in the initializing mode. So give the name as server 1 for identification, and here this is server 2. Okay. Both the instances are in the running stage, but the status check is not in 2 by 2. So wait for that. Once it is initializing, so you configure in the server 1. This is the public IP address. Go to your putty, then SSH, expand the SSH auth. I have already having the private key for that PPK. Okay, then session, then open the server. And here security region is there. You can see my server is logged in. So you go to the super user by using sudo su. Now you have to configure the Apache over this server. So you have to install the HTTPD service. See my packages are installing. So once the package will install, then we will go to the configuration mode. Everything is installed. Now go to the where www, then HTML. Okay, here you can list if any file is existing. There is no file available, so you have to create a new file with the name of index.html. Then insert. Here you can put your HTML codes. Oh hi everyone. This belongs to the server 1, so I am naming it as a server 1 or system admin tutorial. See, it's there. So now we have to edit our configuration file. So by default we are having our configuration in the user share doc. This is the default path where we are having the all the template file of our configuration. This is the sample a configuration file for HTTP. So copy into our directory, that is etc http then conf dot d. You can give the name as okay webhost dot conf. I will go to that directory etc http then conf dot d and lists the files. Here you see most other files are there, and also we are created a new file, that is webhost.conf, that is also available. So you have to edit this one as per our file webhost.conf and find the container. Here you see virtual host is there. This is two containers are available, so you can edit the document root of the container. Here you see okay, edited it and save. Now you have to http hyphen t. Okay, here you see the syntax is coming okay, and there is one warning because the two containers are there, but we have modified the first container. So in the second, that dummy host2.example.com is not found, that's why this is coming, but syntax okay is coming for our first container. Okay, everything. Now you have to restart your httpd service. You see it is restricted. So now check whether your Apache is working or not. So get your public IP address from your server and here you paste and go. See, here I am getting my web page. Hi everyone, server 1 of system admin tutorial. Okay, Apache is running in the server 1, successfully it is done. Now you go to the second server, server 2. Okay, server 2 is initialized completely. So this is the public IP address, and go to the putty, start a new session, put your second server address, then expand the SSH. In the auth, you have to browse the ppk file which is already generated using the uh, puttyzen elbppk. Okay, then click on open, then again go to the session. Now open it. The security alert is coming, so click on yes. EC2 hyphen user, this is the default user. Okay, now go into the root user, sudo su. Yes, install. I'm installing. You see, the installation completed successfully. Now we have to follow the same step we did in the server one. Go to the directory where www then html list the file. There is no file is there, so we have to create a new file by using vi command also. Vi index.html. Go to the insert mode by pressing I. Now you see server 2 system. Okay, now save. Here it is there. So now copy the configuration file because we are not having the configuration file here. So copy from our default location user share. This is the path where you will find all those templates of every configuration, whether it is Apache, Samba, NFS, anything. If you want, you can get from here also. Then you go to the HTTP, file is there. Okay. Then you copy it to the etc httpt conf.d web host. Always keep the file into the .conf file. Okay. Now change the directory to etc http conf.d and list you are finding your web host and edit the web host conf file. See, and locate your container, that is virtual host is written. Okay, this is the container, first container. Document root, go to the insert mode, change your document root because we have kept our HTML file inside the which folder where www HTML is the directory. Let's change it now. Save the. Okay, now check whether the configuration is okay or not. Yes, syntax is okay. Systemctl register. Okay, successfully restarted. Now check whether your Apache is running or not. Copy the public IP address and go to this here, paste and go. You see, this is the server 2. Both the servers are running, server 1 and server 2. Okay, we have successfully configured our Apache and Apache is running in both the servers. Okay, now moving to the AWS console. In the left panel, go down. You will find your load balancing. In the load balancing, click on load balancers. The load balancer, you have to create a load balancer. Create load balancer. In the previous demo, we have seen the application load balancer. Now we'll see the network load balancer. Network load balancer is used when you need ultra high performance. Okay, so click on create. Here you can give the name as NLV. Okay, internet facing because we are accessing from through the internet only. So the protocol is used is TCP. Okay. Next, configure security group. In the security group panel, you will see here. You will see we have not selected the availability zones. This is the 1A and 1B. Okay, here the assigned by AWS is coming because we have not selected the elastic IP. We have not assigned the elastic IP to our instance. So that's why the assigned by AWS is coming. So here the two subnets by default is coming because we have created our instance in east 1A and east 1B. Okay, then click on next, then next, and here you give the name as NLB target group. Okay, uh, here the target type we will select IP because in the last we have selected the instance, but here we will select the IP. See the how we can use the IP. You know how to use the instance because the traffic will divided according to your instance, and by choosing this target type the IP, the traffic will move through the IP only. Okay. Go to the advanced health check settings. Here you will find the time limits. Okay, you see the threshold time is 3 3 and timeout second is 5 and interval is 30 seconds. Meaning each interval 30-second interval the traffic will move and it will balance the load. Then click on next to register the targets. In the target you see network. Here you have to give the IP address, the private IP address of the instance. Okay, other private IP address, you have to select the other private IP address. Select east 1a allowed IP range. Here you have to give the private IP address of your server. So how will you get the server? Okay, just here is the private IP address of the server one. Okay, I have copied it and you have to add to list. Then again you have to select the east B and the IP address from server 2. You can see from server 2 also you can get the private IP address. This is the private IP address of server 2. Give the IP address and give the respective availability zone, and here in the network you select other private IP address. Then go to the add list. Here you see two address registered added into the list. Then next review. Then create. You see everything created successfully. Then go to the load balancer. You see now the state is in the provisioning state. We will wait for 5 minutes. The state will change into the active mode. Once it is changed to the active mode, then we will use our DNS to see whether the load balancing is done or not. You see this is the DNS name. Okay, by using this DNS name the load balancing will be done. We will use the DNS address, not the IP. We will use the DNS address. Automatically in the backend the load balancer will convert into the IP and it will pass the traffic to different IPs of the different instance. Okay, so, in the target group, by default the target group will be created. If you select the target group, then go to the targets, you can see the IP address of the your servers. Okay, here the IP address of your servers. You see now the status is in the initial state. Wait for a minute. Once the load balancer will change the state, then the instance will be in the healthy state. Now it is in the provisioning state. By, by following this video, you can configure Apache server also, and you can do your load balancing also. Means in a single video, you can find both the things. So whenever you are going for your Linux, you can use the Apache. If you are going for the Windows, then use the web server. Okay, then how to configure the web server, that is already there in my playlist. You can search for the web server. Then you in AWS, I have also demonstrated in the AWS server only, so you can get the complete guide from there. Okay, you see the state has changed to the active mode. Okay, now go to the target groups, then click on target registration is in progress. Okay, here you select and register the targets. Okay, and go to the load balancer. In the load balancer, here we will expand it. Get the DNS name. Here you see the result is coming. Server 1. If I refresh it in 30 seconds, wait for a minute. In 30 seconds, you will get the from the traffic will move into the server 2. Okay. You go to the next browser. There. So in the server 1. Wait. Take some time to balance the load. Here you see. Now we are getting the traffic from the server 2. That is server 2 of system admin tutorial. Previously we are getting it in the server 1. Okay. By default it is changing. Here also will refresh, then again it will move into the traffic 1. Okay, we have successfully completed the network load balancer in AWS. In both the videos you can see application load balancing is also done successfully and the load balancing is also done successfully. So in the playlist both the videos are available, so you can use that. Okay, and for theory you can go to our system admin tutorial. Okay, systemadmintutorial.com is website is there where you can find all the theory and you see the complete key points are available which will help you in the exam point of view. Okay, and the video demo is also there for every lecture. You can see all the Linux, Windows, EPVX, AWS, everything, every topic is available. You can go to the different section and find out whatever you require, and all these are the practical things which are used in the corporate life. Okay, thank you for watching this video.